Hello there, this is Adrian from AquaticAdventurA. I just wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about feeder fish. Now this is my 10-gallon tank. I got it on sale, so it's a little bit fancy. Part of the trouble with this tank, in my experience, is that it can be a little bit difficult to catch the fish, just because of the curvature that's going on here. It makes it a little bit difficult to get the net up against the glass. I like to use a big net because I find it's a little bit easier to catch fish. However, in this case, a smaller net might be better. I still opt for the big net just because I'm a little bit lazy. So in this fish tank, right now I've got some Pleiades that have been with me for a few months, the offspring of some of my former feeder fish. One thing to note, if you plan on breeding your own feeder fish, is that this is a strange setup to have, and that is a small feeder fish tank feeding larger fish tanks. Obviously in the wild you have a large population of prey and a small population of predators. So you can't expect to have a growing population of fish in a 10-gallon tank to feed 75 gallons worth of predators. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. So I do use this primarily as a hospital tank. When I first introduced feeders into my system, you want to try and not add them straight to your tank necessarily. You want to make sure that they're relatively healthy. Now you do lose a few, but you don't want your healthy fish eating fish that are infected with anything. What I do have in here, as I mentioned, are these Pleiades. And there's some snails that are my little bit of my cleanup crew. I've got Java moss in here. When the fish do reproduce, obviously these are live bearers, and their offspring are susceptible to being eaten by the adults. So what I've got here is a clump of Java moss, which grows pretty readily in this tank. This isn't a special light or anything like that I've got at the top, and it still grows just fine. The small fish will be happily hiding amongst that, and the larger fish have a difficult time catching them to eat them. So you get a higher survival rate of those offspring if they happen to show up. I just have a small whisper filter on this. I find it's pretty good. It's very quiet, as maybe what you can hear in the background would actually be my larger setup filter back there. So it's a very quiet filter if you're ever interested in using one. I'm a big fan of this light fixture. It's actually a bunch of LEDs. I know it's going to be difficult to see. It's a bunch of LEDs. I haven't had any burnout, and I haven't had to replace anything. It's been very good. So I would highly recommend an option like that. I know that they have those available for larger setups. They can get a little bit pricey. I'm sure that they're helping to build in the reduction of the amount of light bulbs you have to purchase. So that's my 10-gallon tank. I try and use that to house my feeders before they get fed to my fish, and that's about it. So I hope you found this somewhat informational, and that's it. Have a great day.